Hello everyone, this is the Encyclopedia channel. We know that no one does not want to achieve financial freedom. So how do we start from scratch or start from liabilities? Which methods can achieve financial freedom? Financial freedom means that a person has sufficient financial resources and can freely determine how to live and work without having to be restricted and bound by economically. When a person realizes financial freedom, they do not have to work for making money, but they can focus on pursuing their own interests, enthusiasm and goals, or spend more time to get along with their families and friends. Financial freedom is usually achieved by accumulating sufficient wealth or passive income. When a person can rely on investment value added, real estate rental, stock dividend, or other forms of passive income to cover their daily life expenses, they can achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom is a state of dreaming of many people. To achieve financial freedom requires a certain amount of wealth and assets, and master the correct financial management skills and thinking methods. In this process, we will face various practical problems, but as long as we can work hard and persist, from liabilities to financial freedom, it is not an out of reach. To achieve financial freedom, we need to start from 5 aspects, that is, control expenditure, reduce and plan liabilities, establish emergency savings and capital savings, invest in financial management, and continue to learn. Below we will interpret these 5 key steps. First, control expenditure. This is the first key step to achieve financial freedom. In daily life, we need to control our own expenses to avoid unnecessary expenses to save funds. Survival is mainly for shopping. Many people consume a lot of funds at this step. Therefore, we can control the expenses by formulating a budget plan. For example, we can set the monthly shopping budget of 500 yuan and distribute the budget to various expenditures and how much they occupy food, clothing, daily necessities. This can help us better manage expenses and ensure that it will not be overdue. In addition, we can control the expenses by optimizing shopping behavior. For example, we can choose more suitable products than the price, or wait for special promotions before shopping. In addition, we can also reduce expenses by using coupons and points. These are the actions that can be taken in actual life. In addition to shopping, our expenses can also save funds through control. For example, we can choose to use public transportation instead of private cars to save fuel costs and maintenance costs. We can also choose to make our own meals, instead of takeaway or going to a restaurant, so as to save certain expenses. In these respects, we can all make small changes in daily life to reduce unnecessary expenses. In order to control expenditures, we need to adhere to long-term planning and implementation. We need to keep paying attention to our expenses, or taking registration consumption records, and then further adjust the corresponding adjustments to these expenses to reduce unnecessary expenses. By controlling expenses, we can lay a solid foundation for the realization of financial freedom. Second, reduce and plan liabilities. Reducing liabilities is an indispensable step to achieve financial freedom. We need to avoid relying on debt life and minimize our debt as much as possible to reduce the burden. The first step to reduce liabilities is to plan debt. We need to record and analyze our debts in detail to understand information such as the total debt, repayment cycle, interest, and other information. Only by clarifying your debt can you develop a valid repayment plan. For example, there are 2 credit cards, each credit card arrears is 5,000 yuan and 8,000 yuan, respectively, and interest is 20% and 25%, respectively. Then you can gradually repay the arrears by formulating the repayment plan. You can determine how much money you can pay every month according to your economic situation, and distribute the repayment to 2 credit cards proportionally. If he can repay the total amount of 2,000 yuan per month, of which 1,000 yuan returns the first credit card, and the second credit card of 1,000 yuan is returned. This can help him gradually repay the debt, reduce interest and overdue fines. In addition to formulating repayment plans, we can also consider debt integration to reduce the burden. Debt integration refers to merging multiple debts into one to reduce interest rates and repayment pressure. The interest rate of credit card arrears mentioned above is very high. You can consider merging the arrears of the 2 credit cards into a loan to obtain a lower interest rate and longer repayment period. In order to reduce liabilities, some methods we can take including repaying high-interest debt in advance and using low-interest loans to pay off high-interest debt. By planning liabilities, this can help reduce the burden and better plan your debt. Finally, in order to reduce liabilities, you need to pay attention to controlling new debts. We need to try to avoid new debt and maintain healthy consumption habits and financial management. By planning and controlling debts, we can gradually reduce the burden so that more funds can be used for savings and investment, thereby achieving faster financial growth. Third, establish emergency savings and capital savings. If you want to achieve financial freedom, the establishment of emergency savings and capital savings is a very important step. Without this step, capital accumulation cannot be achieved. In daily life, we need to reserve certain funds for emergency situations to deal with emergencies, such as unemployment, disease, and car accidents. Establishing emergency savings can help us maintain financial stability when they encounter emergency situations. So how to establish emergency savings? Here we need to make a savings plan. We need to determine the target amount, period, and savings method of savings. For example, we can set a target amount, 3 months of living expenses, and then gradually achieve this goal by saving each month. Assuming we plan to establish an emergency savings of a 3-month life cost, which will save 1,000 yuan a month into a regular deposit. Then set a target period and save a certain amount of savings per month as planned. In this process, we need to pay attention to controlling expenses, save expenses as much as possible, and use the saved funds for saving. In addition to regular savings, we can also consider investing in certain financial products with liquidity and security. For example, we can choose to buy bond funds or currency funds to increase the liquidity and yield of funds. Establishing emergency savings also needs to maintain the discipline and sustainability of savings. We need to use savings as part of daily life and consider savings as necessary expenditures. Through continuous savings, we can gradually accumulate enough funds to cope with various emergencies and lay a solid foundation for the realization of financial freedom. So how do we build the early savings of funds? Establishing capital savings is a key step in investment and wealth management. The following are some methods that can increase savings. 1. Earn additional income. Earning additional income is also an effective way to increase savings. We can earn additional income through part-time jobs, use our professional skills or amateur hobbies, and find some part-time jobs to earn additional income. There are many jobs like this. For example, you can do part-time jobs such as tutoring, translation, writing, etc. on weekends or evenings to earn additional income. In addition, making money on the internet is a relatively new way to make money. We can earn some additional income through the online platform release content, task, answer questionnaire, etc. For example, you can publish your own original works on the well-known online platform, obtain reading volume and reprint fees. 2. Entrepreneurship. This is a way to earn additional income through independent entrepreneurship. We can create our own business or studio through our own hobbies or professional skills to earn additional income. For example, you can open a small online shop you like to sell your own handicrafts or homemade products. 3. Automatic saving, a time-saving and labor-saving method. We can set the monthly automatic savings amount and date through banks or third-party payment platforms, so that we do not have to manually transfer money every month, which greatly improves the efficiency of savings. 4. Using wealth management products to profit, we can increase savings through investment stocks, funds, and wealth management products. There are many types of wealth management products, such as currency funds, bond funds, stock funds, etc. We can choose the appropriate product to invest according to our own risk tolerance and income demand, wait for its price to be sold, and obtain benefits. Increasing savings requires us to control expenses, increase income, and use wealth management products. Through reasonable savings plans and strategies, we can gradually accumulate sufficient savings to lay a solid foundation for the realization of financial freedom. 4th, investment and financial management. Investment and wealth management is an effective way to increase wealth, which allows our assets to appreciate. For example, stock investment. Investment is a common way for investment and financial management. It allows us to buy stocks of listed companies and participate in the company's operations. If the company is operating properly, the stock price will rise and investors can get benefits. For example, we can choose to buy some stocks of some well-known companies, such as Apple, Google, and other companies. Fund investment. Fund investment is a relatively simple way of investment and financial management. We can buy some funds and let the fund manager manage investment for us. Fund managers will invest according to the situation of the market and allocate them to investors after obtaining benefits. For example, we can choose to buy some stable funds, such as monetary funds, bond funds, etc. Real estate investment. Real estate investment is a long-term investment and wealth management method. We can buy or rent some real estate, such as houses, shops, etc., to obtain benefits through rent or appreciation. For example, we can choose to buy real estate in developed cities, waiting for their appreciation to be sold. Foreign exchange. Foreign exchange transactions are a high-risk and high-profit investment and financial management method. We can trade through the foreign exchange market and obtain the difference in the exchange rate. For example, we can choose to buy some potential currencies and wait for their appreciation to be sold. Investment and financial management requires us to have certain professional knowledge and risk tolerance. We should choose the investment method that suits us according to our investment purpose and risk tolerance. At the same time, some investment analysis and risk control also need to be carried out to protect your assets. Through continuous learning and practice, we can gain more investment and financial management experience and lay a solid foundation for achieving financial freedom. Fifth, keep learning. An important suggestion to realize financial freedom. Learning allows us to continuously improve our ability and quality, so as to be more competitive in the process of realizing financial freedom. Here are some ways to help us keep learning. Study and study. Reading learning is a common way of learning. We can increase knowledge by reading related books, newspapers, magazines, etc. For example, we can choose to read books in some economics, investment and financial management, and workplace development, and obtain relevant knowledge from it. Participate in curriculum training. Participating in curriculum training is a systematic way of learning. We can choose to participate in some related courses and training, and obtain knowledge and experience from professional lecturers. For example, we can choose to participate in curriculum training in some aspects of investment wealth management, vocational skills, etc., and obtain relevant knowledge and skills. Participate in industry conference. Participating in the industry conference is a way to expand connections and learn knowledge. We can choose to participate in meetings, lectures, and other activities in some industries to learn about the latest developments and development trends of the industry. For example, we can choose to participate in investment forums and financial summits in some industries to obtain relevant knowledge and insights. By learning to improve your skills, continue to expand your knowledge, and obtain the latest knowledge and experience. Let us have more powerful competitiveness and make us more capable of achieving our own financial goals. Constant learning requires us to have a certain learning consciousness and learning ability. We should choose the way of learning suitable for ourselves according to our actual situation. At the same time, it is necessary to continuously practice and think about it to apply the knowledge and skills I have learned to reality. By continuous learning, we can improve our professional ability and quality and achieve better occupational and financial development. Freedom of financial freedom requires our continuous efforts and persistence to increase our finances by controlling expenses, reducing debt, establishing emergency savings, investing in financial management, and continuous learning. At the same time, you should pay attention to the isolation of life savings, emergency savings, and financial investment savings to ensure that the process of financial value added cannot be disturbed. Here, we hope that everyone can achieve financial freedom through these efforts. So, do you have any different opinions on these methods? Welcome to leave a message in the comment area to discuss together.